You stop falling in love again. Sheesh. Get it, my favorite rush. You talkative, ain't gotta say too much. I'm all roll for these. Get it, not complicated. No conversation. Get it, not complicated. No conversation. Please say less. Please say less. Please say less.
I'm blessed. I don't GA. You tryna. Yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't got. You ain't no. Say less. Say less. Say less. You ain't got. You ain't no. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the 49ers going up against the Bengals. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now as the punter Jake Shum will do the honors. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And led out by the rookie. Expectations high here as he's making his first NFL start. First carry, he loses the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Play fake here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll look to throw here. And going over the middle here to Curley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Carlos Dunlap is starting to realize his potential at defensive end. He has 20 sacks over the last 2 seasons, but that's not the most important thing to me. I've watched him mature now, and he understands when to rush the passer, when to play the run, uses his great size to his advantage.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 8 yards there on a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Back to throw here. Over the middle to Garcon. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
When the 49ers were in the red zone last year, they finished with 6 points 68% of the time. That was second best in the NFL. They've got it here in the red zone, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second and 5. Dalton here from the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
However you measure DeForest Buckner, 6'7", 6'8", it really doesn't matter. He looks like a basketball power forward, and the one thing that he always focuses on and concentrates on is leverage. How does he drop his pad level so he can get down there and compete with the blockers of the NFL?
Now Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, Dalton. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And here is the punter, Shum, as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it the rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ten yards still left on second down. Throwing again. Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Andy Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 14-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Solomon Thomas in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Andrew Billings with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Spinning past him. And now running right through it. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
And able to find Curley. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now let's go. And to give this time to the tailback. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Out of the gun now on third down. And able to find Garcon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Returning it, John Ross. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here we go with a player spotlight, and we shine that spotlight on Andy Dalton. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well, because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From midfield here, Dalton. And that'll be We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference, defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Dalton bootlegs out. Sliding up, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Dalton gives to Bernard, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Dalton now to pass. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Going to give this time to the tailback. Whoosh. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. First and 10 for Dalton. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. He'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Garcon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
They'll set up to throw. Curley's got it, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Forbath will put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go now.
Now they try the right side here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go. 39.
Now back to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Defense.
Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw on 2nd down, Dalton. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the bootleg. Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And he'll give it here to his running back. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Garcon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nice move. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there from 21 yards away. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down at it.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just...
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there, taking it in from 4 yards out. And the 49ers continue to roll. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throwing to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Snags it for the pick. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And to give this time to the tailback, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Detroit!
Now a handoff working right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas Able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon.
I'm going to hit you all day. Mike, 53, Mike.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Tight end right. Lead.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. And that way, you often control the game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here to his running back. And now running right through it. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Forbath will put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, you know.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll push his way up to about the 14. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Forbath will put this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Second and goal. Is still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.